Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's nichebot live call-in show number 80. This is the place you get the intervention you need to blow right past those obstacles that stand in your way. And my promise to you is solve and diagnose your problem within 8 minutes. Okay? From the time that I get at least some background on your issue, your problem, I'll give you a solution within 8 minutes to overcome whatever it is, whatever your online marketing woes are, whether it be keyword research, email marketing, whatever it is. I've done pretty much and mastered it all. So let's get going on the show. I am your host, Jim Morris, and the founder of nichebot X since 2004. Can't believe that time has gone by so fast. Real quickly, why I created this show for gold and platinum users, and it's real simple. People blow right past the quick start guide, and there's some foundational stuff in there, but the content here is just customized directly around you so that you're basically getting what you need to get the clarity you need and have the breakthroughs that you need, because breakthroughs really come with repeated exposure to using techniques that work. But not only that, you need to get feedback in the sort of like having a mentor type of a situation where you have a coach looking over and can give you, say, yeah, you're going towards the right things, because otherwise we don't know if we don't know, if we haven't experienced something. So there is a replay of the show in the live show directory. As soon as you log in, you can't miss it. There's a link to the live show. Now, you should share in my epiphany that occurred back in 2004, and it was something so simple, and that was understanding the power of using that keyword phrase in the hyperlink. And there's a real quick example of it. We don't need to review it. You can take a review over on the replay of this show. We got to get to the meat of the show and make sure everyone's having their breakthroughs. Now, I use reciprocal linking to get backlinks to nichebot and other sites, and that's the techniques that I use to get top search engine rankings, which brought in a lot of free traffic. Plus, I was also able to network using that technique. Now, you should find whatever style of inbound links works for you. Now, getting inbound links, I'm going to say, always trumps content on your page. There's no doubt. The thing is you can only get like so many points for one web page from a search engine, while you have no ceiling on the number of points you could get for inbound links coming to your site. And I'm going to tell you, the guy or the gal or the website with the most inbound links wins. I'm telling you, they get all the traffic. Of course, they have to have those right keyword phrases used in those hyperlinks pointing back to their site, but that's pretty much what it boils down to. Now, you could go ahead and type how to build links 2009 into Google for additional ways to get backlinks to see, if you don't like one way, find another way, but get used to getting backlinks in one sort of way. There's so many techniques, we can't cover it all here in the show. We can touch on a number. Now, this show, of course, as usual, is about getting breakthrough and clarity on things, because most of the time I was in a cloud for 4 to 5 years. So real quickly, the ground rules for the call. Right now, everyone is muted on the line right now. But I am going to be opening up the lines so that we can have true live intervention. That's the only way things can really take shape, I believe. Otherwise, we kind of putt along and we don't really get the kind of real grounding, the kind of real traction that we need. Now, you can ask a question anytime during this webinar through your panel over to the right-hand side. Raise your hand, you want a question, but we're here to make breakthroughs happen for you. So I want to hear what's really important on your mind today and what's really kind of happening right now at this juncture in your online business. Now, forget about the type live chat. We're going to go ahead, or just raise your hand if you have an issue. But I'm going to unmute everyone. It looks like the people that are on phone lines are still not typing in their they're still not typing in their audio pin that I've sent them by phone. Now, I will go actually only 60 minutes because I do have another show right after this, and we'll go up to that point, or just depending on the number of questions and, of course, my energy level. So let's go ahead. It's time to have that live show interaction go ahead and submit your questions now, or I will unmute the callers we have on the line right now and see if you have issues that you want to get solved now. This is your time to take advantage of this, because I'm here and making this available, this time slot available strictly to you, and I do only have an hour, so let's get right down to it. Go ahead and submit your questions, or I'm going to unmute everyone on the line, as many people as I can, and go ahead and just give me your name. First person to speak up. First serve, first come, first serve basis. So just go ahead and give me your name. Let us know where you're from, state, state or country or what have you, and fire away. Give me your issue.
Hello.
Hi there. Who's this? Hey there. How are you? Welcome to the call. We've got all different age levels on the show today.
Isn't that funny? You can hear that. You can hear that, huh?
I could hear that. Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. I'm actually, and I have laryngitis, so I apologize. What I'd like to ask you is, when I am actually training some of my clients to use your software, and also to use Google, I'm so sorry about that. What I'm trying to ask them is, let them know that WordTracker uses metacrawlers, which is more human interaction, but is less than 1% of all the search engines done, so you can get much more accurate information. But because it's less than 1%, you're not going, everything's bulleted out. So stick with, when you're doing PR0, if you're going to use, stick to under, if you're a 0, stick to under 1,000. In competition, you should be okay. If you use Google, stay under 500,000. In competition, and you should be okay. So use my nichebot use my nichebot to take a look at everything. But you also use Google to verify that, to make sure your competition's, I'm so sorry about my laryngitis, under 500,000. Is that good? Is that a good formula for starting out when you're looking for keywords?
Okay, so David, I really had an incredibly hard time making out basically any of that stuff. If you could just go ahead and type it into the question box over to your right-hand side. I apologize, I've got laryngitis and stuff. I think I heard something in there about competition, about 500,000 pages. I kind of caught things here and there, but if you could help me out and just type into I'd appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just call back when I don't have laryngitis and it's not so bad. I was trying to just explain, if my voice is a little bit better now, it is, I use nichebot, and I say if you're PR0 and you're new, you need to stay with competition under 1,000. If you're using Google, you need to stay with competition that's under 500,000. And so what you do is you use nichebot to look for good keywords, because nichebot uses WordTracker, which uses metacrawlers, which is what humans use, but it's less than 1% of the total searches that are done. So you need to take a look at Google and see what Google's saying as well, to see if that word is actually getting volume and what your competition is. So if you use nichebot, stick to under 1,000 with competition, and when they hit the same word is in Google and you got less than 500,000, it's a pretty good word to go after for a keyword phrase.
I caught all that. So are you looking for some confirmation on that?
Yes, I am. That's my formula that I figured out, and I just wanted to see if I was on track or what I'm missing.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking now 500,000 pages, we're talking about just putting the word in without quotes, with quotes, or how?
Without quotes.
Okay, without quotes. So we're talking about the broad match.
Correct.
Okay, So I would say 500,000 pages is really kind of minimal, yeah. Because anytime you don't put any limiters, like if you put any type... I'm getting some pretty bad feedback.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm getting some feedback here. Anytime you put some limiters on things, like the quotation marks, you're going to have a smaller number of pages. Now, the one thing that I particularly like to use, and one of the things that you should probably get used to, David, is the in title measurement, which is very, very fractionally small. I don't know why it sounds like a scratching. It's scratching or what have you. Is someone else hearing the same thing? Are you hearing the same thing, David?
No, I'm not. But can you hear me now? Is that better?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you better.
Okay, so you're saying use the in title, is that correct?
Yeah, so I'm talking about the in title. The in title, I think, is a better measurement because that shows you what the real competition is, because in title competition shows you or tells you how many actual websites have the keyword specifically as is in quotes in the title tag, which is the top line of the person's search engine listing to begin with. And it's reason to say that anyone that has the keyword phrase in their title tag of their web page is trying to optimize their site for that. So that's usually the most telling sign that that is someone, or labels that person as competition. So if you use the in title colon, if we go ahead and we go to Google and we see how this works, we type in title colon and whatever our keyword phrase is here. So if it is sewing patterns, see, our competition is 198,000. But if we take out the in title, we'll see that the competition jumps up to 1,110,000. And if we take off the quotes completely, we see the competition jumps up to 1.83 million. So you see how that works? This shows me that there are really 198,000 pages that actually have the word sewing patterns up here in the top line of the site. And that means if I go to this site right now, you can see sewing patterns up here in the top line, which is, this is their title tag right here. And if I go ahead and I reveal the source by right-clicking on Firefox and looking in this source code, you'll see right here in the title tag, this is their title tag, sewing patterns and clothing patterns. So that is, when we look at the in title competition, that is the most telling sign. And I usually tell people anywhere under 1,000 is good for competition, for not having to get any inbound links. But anything up above 1,000 to 1,500 in title competition, you're going to need to get some backlinks.
Okay, so that's perfect, exactly what I was looking for, because I've been doing just the general, and I've been getting missing on my words. So thank you very much for that.
Okay, my pleasure. Anybody else on the line? Go ahead and introduce yourself. I see you are here, Mr. Ryan.
I am.
Welcome to the call, sir. I don't know why I'm getting this hissing. Are you hearing this hissing?
I am.
Are you hearing the hissing?
Yes, I can hear it. It's in the background somewhere.
I can't imagine. I don't know where it's from. Okay, I'm going to try to put my earplug in. Let's see if that eliminates the problem. Nope, it did not.
No, it's still there.
I don't know what it is. Let me see if I can just mute myself out and then come back. See what happens then. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you okay. It doesn't have that hissing sound any longer.
It doesn't. I actually just I just muted out one of the callers on the line. Apparently, that's where the disturbance was coming. So we are now hiss-free. So I have made sure to also send the audio pin to everyone that is on the line that has not typed it in, so they can speak on the line. And David Michael, by all chances. We were just talking about the end title, and I wanted to make sure that you are completely taken care of, and you didn't want to just talk about just how you were using nichebot and such. So just wanted to make sure you're okay and you're all taken care of. Mr. Ryan, welcome to the call. Ready for a breakthrough today, sir?
I am ready for a breakthrough.
Awesome.
And I actually have a little bit of a voice.
Awesome. And you don't have a cold. I think you had a cold last time we spoke.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Good. It's important to take care of your health because you need that to get through the murky waters of the online world, my friend. You know how it is.
That's right. Yes, very much so.
So, what are we working on today with you, sir?
You know, we talked a little bit about that. What I need to do is I need to focus on a particular hot product.
Correct.
And
so we need to do online consumer market research. So we need to know how to do that. So the man we're going to talk to first is who? We're going to talk to the guy at the top for online consumer market research. And who is that? Well, you're talking to him. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 5 ways, the 5 free, powerful ways to conduct online consumer market research. Now, we're going to go to that page, and we're going to go to that article, which is going to take us to the blog here, which is this was, actually I did this just over 2 years ago, this article. Okay. So if we come down, we've got a number of different ways. But so yeah, you mentioned exactly the biggest problem a lot of people don't think about. They don't think about the positioning of their product or the market and whether it's going to potentially work. Now here's the problem. If we are unexperienced entrepreneurs going into something we have no clue about and we don't know who to trust and what to believe, how are we to know? Right?
That's a tough question.
It's really tough. So you almost have to literally fail in order to get feedback to know whether that's a good market or not. Now, one of the things that usually is a pretty good indicator, there are places to go online that allow you to actually do market research and tell you what are the best products in a particular market, in a particular category, whether it's outdoor supplies, gardening, furniture, office, electronics, whatever, you name it, you've got online resources. And in fact, one of your homework assignments should be, once we're done with this call today, would be to review this article. So you need to make sure and, of course, type into, you can type in online consumer market research and you'll get these two choices. You're going to do the second one because
Powerful ways. Okay.
this is the old article. This is the updated article this year that you're going to read if you want to continue after this. But your brain's going to hurt after this first article, so you may need to take 72 hours to 96 hours to just soak that all in.
Okay.
Now, so let's go back to that article. And the first method, you see, here's the thing you've got to ask yourself, first of all, is what kind of product do you want to have? How do you want to source your product? Are you going to be an affiliate? And we already know you already are an affiliate for somebody else, so that's an easy thing to answer. But most people don't know what kind of business they even want to be in or what kind they even want to choose. So choosing the market or the topic is usually what's going to make or break you or allow you to grow or just kind of not really prosper at all. So one of the things we need to do is do that research before we get into the market. Now, one of the biggest, and a lot of magazines went out of business last year, and it may be a sign of the times, but still, there are still magazines out there, no matter what. And there are magazines on a lot of topics. And usually, that's a pretty good sign that usually a pretty good sign that there is a stable business there because there are advertisers willing to still pay in those magazines, and it takes a rather large budget to keep running a full-color magazine. Now, you can come to magazines.com and do a search. This is just one of the factors and one of the criteria. Another thing is you can search databases to find what kind of mailing lists there are in certain fields, and that is another one, and I just can't remember that particular. I will get that. It's in my resource guide, and I need to find it before because I can't remember the site right off the top of my head. I don't always search through it. So,
sure.
But it's a database that's basically like there's the standard rate and data service. Okay, it's a database that allows you to search through and see what kind of mailing lists are available for you to send mailings through. And usually when you can tell when there's like a couple 100,000 people in a particular market or there's a couple 100,000 people on mailing lists, you can tell, here let me go to standard rate and data service. This is a database search. It allows you to search through databases to find how many people are on mailing lists to be mailed, general type stuff or things on birding or whatever there is in hobbies out there. You'll be able to find how many people by searching through some. The resource I have is the free version of this. Now, these are things to just cross-check. Now, for you, I would recommend looking through either ClickBank, which is a digital publisher of goods. Now, the nice thing here is that most of this stuff here that you're offering is anywhere from 50 to 75% commissions because it's digital goods. They're not shipping out physical goods like stuff from eBay and Amazon and buy.com. This stuff is being digitally delivered, okay? And you could go search through and okay, you can look through all the vendors here on the categories and search search through and click through either one of the categories. Like if you're interested in cooking, food, and wine, and you want to make that a passion, and you want to see what kind of products there are to be affiliated with, these up at the top are the top. These are the top. These are the top selling ones right here at the top. Okay. So if you wanted to promote products, you actually want to click over here, because you want to go to here into the marketplace, because you're going to get different stats here. See, this actually shows you, look, this shows you how much you get per sale, how much is the average sale, the percent of how many people are referred here. So in other words, 95% of the people are referred to this satellite direct highest converting TV to PC product. Okay.
Okay.
So this is arts and entertainment, obviously, but we should be over in the cooking section. Where's the where the heck did the cooking section go? There it is. Okay, so back to the cooking section. Now we can actually see the stats on this particular Save Money as seen official secret restaurant recipes. Okay, so total per sale is $19, and then there's a future of $15.41. So this sounds like this person actually has a recurring program. So you'll get paid on a recurring basis as long as the person you refer actually stays there.
Like a subscription.
Correct. Correct. You can see this one has no future. No future. So you can actually go take a look and click through to that particular thing and see what it's all about. And as you can see here, boom, boom. Look at that. They've got 32,000 people have viewed that. They have a YouTube video that's been played 32,000 times. So you know this thing's been making sales.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let's see, what are they asking for this? $29.97. So I can now, if I wanted to, and start marketing a top-selling product, knowing that 82% of the customers are referred by affiliates. It's got a pretty high gravity. That means a lot of affiliates are being successful with it. And I'll get a total sale of $19.88 with potential futures. Now let's see if we can figure out where the futures are. Okay, so we add to cart. Oh, maybe they have a one-time offer. As soon as I pay for this and I come back, then they have an extra $14 sale probably, or upgrade or something. So
right.
Now I see that I can actually I see now that I can actually now promote this product and be able to get, look at this. After 5 years of research and testing with over 65,000 members of our secret recipe forum, you finally can. So now, I mean, see, this is a large appeal type of niche market, okay? People there's a lot of people this could appeal to. Saving money is a huge thing for people, okay? So you've got something that it's right here proven in the marketplace. So this is one of the places you can look for digital goods. Now, if you wanted to make sure and you wanted to look for hot products, let's go down here for a link to popular products right here on eBay, okay? So, popular products here on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
So now you see here, right here, basically I got here through this link right here. See, I showed you this. I show you this graphic right here. And then you click right through popular products. And basically, so we go to the popular products and we go take a look. Let's take a look. So what particular catches your fancy here? Music, tickets, video games, cell phones and smartphones. What looks good to you? Fiction.
I like cell phones. I'm kind of electronic.
Okay,
Gadget
you're a gadget freak. Okay, okay. Let's see what else we have here. So we have MP3 players, cars, and trucks. So let's take a look at cell phones and smartphones, okay? So,
Okay.
so look at what we've got here. We've got all the hottest selling products. So these are, now, so we've got to take a look and we've got to temper this marketing data with some logic, okay? So for instance, okay, so these are people that are looking for used things on eBay, but we could also translate that into these people are also looking for these products elsewhere, correct?
Correct.
And that eBay as a marketplace is a pretty good authority on demand, consumer demand, wouldn't you say?
I'd say that.
Okay, so if we are smart marketers, are we going to start marketing the last 20 phones here, or are we going to market towards the top here?
Top 10.
Okay.
Top 15. Something like that.
Yeah. So here's the deal. This is what's really, really cool, is you can take these words. These are the actual keywords, okay? These are your
Right.
keywords. You don't even need to make up keywords. These are the real keywords. These are buying keywords that people, or actually eBay believes is, you know, these are their leading topics, their leading sellers. And see, they can pretty much say that they probably have hundreds, if not thousands, of auctions in this particular category, so they can tell you what the proper name for something is. You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
Okay, so these are your keywords because
There's my phone right there.
what, the HTC MyTouch?
Yep. 3G.
Gotcha. So I have the HTC Tilt. It's an old phone. But see, if we go now, let's take a look. Let's take a look what the true competition is for this term. Okay, we got the term there. I'm going to go to Google. This can all be done over at nichebot too, and it simplifies it and lets you see what the top 10 competitors look like. But we just want to see what the count is for just this. This is without quotes now and without anything. So that's 7.9 million, right? Now we're going to shave it down. Now we're going to shave it down. Watch. See, because without quotes, that says show me where any of these words are anywhere on a web page. Anywhere. Could be hidden. Now we're going to say, show me only this phrase as exactly in the same order as shown between the quotes. Now we're going to reduce it, so now it's down to 517,000. See that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now it still looks like there's still a little bit of competition. Now we're going to shrink it down even more. In title. Okay, in title.
Okay.
Now this is now going to show us how many people, how many web pages actually we're competing against with this exact keyword phrase here in the top line of the phone. Now we're going to shrink it down. Watch, this is probably going to go down to, let's say, 20,000. Down to 266. Now, do you think there's much actual... Do you think there's actually much competition here for this particular phrase right here?
Not much if there's only 266.
Yeah. Now all you would have to do is get a few inbound links, because let me show you. Look at what the top listing here is. It's eBay. You see why people list it? Because they also, eBay is such a authority site.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't even have to build backlinks. This is without backlinks. So you can literally blow this thing out of the page. Look at who else is here. Look, Chicago, Craigslist. So the project would be is to find a topic, subject area, and start knocking out each one of these and I am guaranteeing you will make sales on these long tail keywords because people I hate to sound so harsh, but I'm sorry. The people that are going after the keywords cell phone, I mean, these people are starting in the beginning of the buying phrase. When the people that finally end up at this keyword over here, they've gone through 50 different keywords in between and 50 different sites, and they'll never go backwards like this. They only go forwards. They forget all about all the other sites. Some people may really, write it down, or they may bookmark certain things, but they never really go back. People just move forward. So what people end up typing in at the end is this word, and guess what? The guys that are at the top for this keyword are going to make the sale. Do you get that?
Right.
That is so powerful. Because if you go, see, most people are sitting here concerned about this keyword phrase right here when they should be concerned with these word phrases right here. See, it could take you 500 visitors to get a sale with that keyword.
Right.
This keyword, you could get one sale with 20 visitors.
Because they're specific.
Because they're already done. They're ready to make a buying choice. So all you have to do is cookie them with wherever you're sending them for the free phone or whatever. So what we do, now that we know what the hot product is on eBay, we come and we snipe all these terms right here, and we build a page directly, exactly for this BlackBerry, and we see maybe where else we can get this phone exactly as is, free maybe, and find a carrier and send them there, or send them to eBay. You get 25 to 50 bucks per sign up on eBay.
Huh. Okay.
So
didn't know that.
Yeah, once they sign up for their account, you get, I believe, 25 to 50 bucks for the sign up. Okay, so let's just say that there's going to be endless amounts of people that are going to be searching for cell phones, correct?
Right.
Okay. We now know we have a market here. Okay. Let me give you another market. Okay. Here's another market. Very popular, very, very popular. This is my favorite site. Okay, this is basically software for your handheld phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Huge market. Okay. Why? Because I come here. Let me see if I can sign into my account. Let me see if I can sign into my account. Hang on. I want to show you this because I don't know if this is the right password. I haven't signed into my account for a while. Nope. Hang on. Mobile CEO at. I think this may be the password. Nope. Anyways, I purchased 20 pieces of software for my one phone. Okay. So I think I spent somewhere around, I don't know, 250 bucks just on my phone. I mean, that's just on extras, okay? So we come over here and we go, okay, partners and services. So we see they have an affiliate program. So we've relaunched our affiliate program, blah, blah, blah. Here's the online application form. Please fill it out there. And so we see it's a link share program, blah, blah, blah. And we fill out the information, and now we're ready to sell Fandango stuff. But see, you're not going to be going out and you're not going out to look for, you're not going out to rank your site for mobile software. You're going to out there to rank your site for the software that's being sold, right? Here's the best, see, even this site right here gives you the market research. Why? Because it tells you best sellers in games. Look at this. Travel and entertainment. Hang on. I'm going to go to travel and entertainment. They're trying to look. They're trying to ask my preference as far as my phone goes. Okay, so now here are the best sellers in travel and entertainment. Now I could see it's SPV time. So these are my keywords right here. You see this? Those are my keywords. Because we either want to, but see, what are the ultimate keywords that you've got to ask this? You kind of almost have to go through your own sort of process and go, what are the final keywords that people are going to potentially, and see, that's why if you focus on those words, you're going to have a lot less anxiety and a lot more sales, because you're going to be in front of the keywords that people are making buying decisions on, not doing their research on. See, people are doing research when they're typing in mobile software, handheld software, that sort of stuff. When they're finally ready to make a buying decision, they're finally typing in, SPV time. Because what do we naturally do as a human instinct? We go out and shop for the best price, right?
Right. That's
why we end up typing in that final keyword. So hopefully that answers your question. And now, so we've looked through ClickBank, we've looked through
eBay.
We've looked through eBay, and we've looked through how to take a look if you really have a solid and stable niche by looking at see if your niche has a magazine. If it has a magazine, you're obviously going to be around for a while. And that's really what we want to do. Now, one of the things that I think are very, very, very important is to ask yourself, how can I make sure to find customers that are going to pay over and over and over again for the same thing? And I don't mean about buying 20 different types of handheld software. I'm talking about things like what industries, what places can we sell? Now, obviously, Proactive, this is a company that Guthrie Ranker is very popular in doing their infomercials. Now, but what they've got here is they've got a system, and see, I don't even think you can buy this acne prevention product without getting on an auto ship program, because they give you a cheap break on the first shipment, and you have to sign up for the monthly program to get the next, your next shipment. And so obviously, if you're able to find a program like this where people have a recurring problem that has recurring maintenance, those are the kind of markets you really want to go after and bury deep. Now, obviously, if you're looking at being in the acne industry, you're obviously going to focus your pages and your keyword pages around those particular brands. You know what I'm saying? Those particular brands like Proactive, and you've got to research what other acne type of fighting brands, and you want to get in front of those keywords that are bringing in traffic from people trying to decide on one particular system over another. Make sense?
That does, yeah. Okay.
So you have to ask yourself, am I getting myself into a onesie, twosie market, or am I going to, do I have the potential, if I get in front of the right keywords, to make a lot of sales? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. So then what we want to do is, once we find the place or whatever area that we want to be in, obviously things like tickets are one-time sales. Things like music CDs people buy a lot of. And there's always a high demand for certain artists, obviously. But where there's more artists, there's going to be, things like MP3 players are really hot. Of course, the iPod and all that sort of stuff. That can be highly competitive sometimes. But again, you want to make sure to go for these long tail keywords. You're not going to try and rank your pages for Apple iPod Touch, right? We want to go for 3rd generation 8 gigabyte and offer something on that page. So you want to go for these markets that have really a recurring market, or people are avid enough where they're going to buy multiples of it, and there's a huge marketplace. And I can tell you, for the phone industry is only going to get bigger.
Yep.
Okay, so you see why it's important to pick your market wisely.
I do now, yes.
Okay. And then you also realize how important it is to focus on those keywords towards the end of the buying cycle, not in the beginning phase of the research cycle that the consumer goes through.
Uh-huh.
Correct?
Right.
Okay, cool. So now it's really just a matter of now you finding a particular category or something to go after, build a quick site, and then you build one page at a time and then go promote it until you get the #1 position. And then, you want to get a system and a process until you've got it down pat, where you build a page based on the Beatles stereo box set, CD and DVD on your site, and then you get the top #1 position. You promote your site to get the top #1 position, and then do that over and over again. I know it may sound very, very tedious and very boring, but this is business. Business is about a process and systematic administrative systems that work. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So,
like, I have a domain name called Easy Cyber Shopper. Is that something that I would use to build a page with?
well, I'm going to say this about that. And Easy Cyber Shop is fine because it is a very generalistic, generalized type of thing. But see, here's the thing, okay? Your domain name here at this level, as you can see, the domain name appears here in the green. That is a very important, critical line right there. This domain name is literally like I'm rewriting a domain article where I talk about how the domain name is basically the wrapping on your gift. It is the name on your storefront if you had a physical store. It is the gateway into the imagination of your client. So now all of a sudden they arrive and they're at Easy Cyber Shop, okay, and they're there for tennis equipment. Doesn't sound very related, does it? It sounds like yeah. It's see, you want the internet is really kind of highly categorized in different categories, right?
Yes.
And therefore, what we want to do is also, whenever we build a site that is for a specific purpose or reason to monetize it, we want to make sure to build that site in a specific manner, keyword phrase constantly being emphasized throughout the domain name, throughout the pages that we build. So that way we get marked by Google as saying that is a tightly focused site about that one specific thing, rather than you just being like eBay about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people don't want to go to eBay. It's too big, it's too enormous. They want to see specialized sites. And if you're going to hook people in with your specialized sites, I'm telling you, it's going to be much more impactful if you have a specific name, like for your particular, if we have, obviously, mobile phone universe, it sounds like a related thing, or mobilesoft.com, you're going to figure it's going to be about mobile software, right?
Right.
So you want to be specific in your domain name, and rather than using a non-specific domain name or very generalized, which is going to be, I don't think it's going to have as much impact over the visitor as a more specific domain name. Does that make sense?
That does make sense, yeah.
So I think it's worth the yearly $8 or whatever it costs for a domain name.
$9, yep.
Yeah, exactly, a year to get it, set it up. And then what you want to do is set up that site and then set up a specific page that has, this keyword on it, the long tail keyword. I could guarantee you that if you go through and you get all of your pages ranked on, let's see, hang on. If you get all your, if you rank for all of these top 100 eBay items, I mean, I could guarantee you that you would easily be making anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 a month, easily, just from the traffic you'd receive, just from ranking at the top for each of these items just on this page.
Wow.
And look at how much else you've got here. You've got DVDs to work on. I mean, you've got a lot of work if you're going to get busy here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to rank for. I mean, and then you've got, golf clubs, which is a huge market all around the world. People buy this stuff all over the place.
Yeah, golfing, people have money too.
Yeah, exactly. Another big one is video game systems. Okay, video games, you can rank for the individual keyword of the game or the actual model of whatever it is they're selling out there. Sony PlayStation 3. Okay, I want to make sure I get to everybody and answer everybody's question. If you have a question, please go ahead and submit it, or raise your hand that you have a question, and we'll make sure to take care of you. We don't want to hog all the time up with Mr. Ryan. Do you have any other questions, sir, at this time?
Nope. I just want to go over my just a summary of the homework I need to do.
You're going to be reading the first two articles. Just type in online market research so that you completely understand what you're doing before you go and find a marketplace. See, because even with your opportunity that you have for your high-ticket item, while you do have a high-ticket item, you also have, it's going to be, obviously for something like a multi-thousand-dollar travel package, you're going to have to, obviously, I think, close that over the phone more than you would be able to sell them online. Because I'm not going to let go of a couple $1,000, just like that without speaking to someone,
That's right.
So it's things like that when you start considering those things, what my market is, how long is this going to last for? Is it going to be repeat business? Do I want to create this business in this area to be as fruitful as possible? Or am I going to be building only a $2,000 income with this niche market? There are certain niches where you're not going to make that much. Certain niches you can make $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. It depends on how you monetize it. Okay, so we've got only 8 minutes left, and I do have to transition over, so we're going to have to end here in about 3 minutes. So go ahead and get your question. If you don't have any questions, I appreciate your time showing up. And just go ahead and make sure when you exit out, just go ahead and fill out the survey right when you are on your way out. And I appreciate your attendance. Make sure to come back, get involved next week, and become involved aggressively in your own success and how fast you're getting there. Get clarity on any issues that are bugging you at this time. So let's go ahead and any other questions, Mr. Ryan, before we close out here?
No, I have my homework assignment, and thank you very much.
I appreciate it, sir. So there you go. Every week, Wednesday at, oops, we've got the wrong one here. It should be 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just make sure, tune in to overcome your obstacles and start having more and more breakthroughs. But that also, what's really important is having breakthroughs requires, like David and Michael did today and like James Ryan did, coming out and seeking intervention. That's the only way it's going to happen. Review the Quick Start Guide for proper foundation. There's a lot of good kernels and nuggets in there about my own insights and my road. Incorporate one way of building backlinks to your site, because without backlinks, your competition is taking over you. Because no doubt people realize you've got to have backlinks to be able to have success in the search engines. And jot down your questions and save them for a show. Make sure you're going to decide whether you want to wish to share your URL with the group or not. And explain your situation in detail with specifics so I can really envision your problem, because the more info you give in return, the more clarity I can give you back in return, and that's what I'm here to do, is help you move forward. We don't like being stuck in neutral, and we don't like going in reverse. We like to move forward and progress as human beings. So on that note, I'd like to thank everyone for showing up, and I appreciate it. Take care, and we'll see you here next week on the next show. Take care, everyone.